Abusian phone at the family now cover beam higher for 1 GH. Unsubscribe abomodian sa like in a shame on your see the insan kerons to who dear could be a Sabian feeling chimo a year parliament house as Sabrino a year petition at just say a her nedry to the court to say it was say a year Afenyo Mark on a majority leader no or better a year minority leader because in parliament we deal with numbers about saying yes 3 NPP MPs. Or more shifty, a big independent, a bit so a independent, or more coin the ticket of NPP. Into Bassa, per the constitution, or say declare those people on the seat vacant. Now, Mokofi, now, election or Motona, so more union on my side, Abba Parliament. Now, or more carrying status now, then I shall say, Juma. Ultimate now on the ticket of something else, and the call also say, oh, call for independent, and as I found out, say, of independent, call join some political party. Yes, Ṣáck ni biesi da ama Michael Kwe ayeden e de ruling ni ayeden aba fa ho Ṣáck no biesi da so her na dru so expect say speaker Babins be den e be take sa power no so so the same ruling e declare as he speak no parliament a sha say bobo na Afenyo Markins e won wa yi o chere say to force nkan no ntum to force ndie ne de economics ni animal no nedia no na so no ono de asem na Haruna so kan o sideline with ono oje Haruna so de ni di oje tum ono answer e be kwa because parliament is on heat fire away the anwash e be kwa hesa video no after that no one of NDC MP sorry a pejani mu a church muji catch the whole parliament I can say Ṣáck ni biesi da intino eya Afenyo Markins company baby intina na no asori na oye gigigi fe na speaker inti de minority for ne kano onkope baby intina akotulo ni ade de gu na nima si pa amache so de nimgo asi asori 18 team yenko ne nkohwe ni hu de ekoso.
Let me remind them that per your ruling, Mr. Speaker, per your ruling in the Ajwa case, dated October 26, 2022. Mr. Speaker, this is what you had to say in the Hansard of 26th October 2022. 4th series, volume 117, number 2. And you use these veritable words to express your view. And quote, column 3 of the said ruling. The decision on whether or not a seat is vacant is one that must be carefully considered, and for which our constitution and courts, as well as all the rules and best practices of other parliaments, have provided significant guidance. Our job as a house will not be to usurp the functions of any arm of government, but simply apply the law faithfully and in accordance with the dictates of the 1992 Constitution. In view of the antecedents of the objection raised by the Honorable Majority Leader, it is necessary to recount the facts of the matter before us from its inception up to and concluding the stage it has reached before the House. Mr. Speaker, it went on and on and on, where the issue of proper procedure in determining the Ajwa case was espoused by you. Mr. Speaker, having put out all these facts, let me concede that this is a serious constitutional matter. Let me concede that this is a serious constitutional matter which has different views being expressed. I am a practitioner of the law and a student of the law. Having come across this controversy, and for the sake of posterity, I have initiated, Mr. Speaker, an action at the Supreme Court. Would you remain quiet for me to argue? I listen to him in silence. I listen to him in silence. Would you remain quiet? That is democracy. You must remain silent and listen to me. You would have to be quiet and listen to me, and you will listen to me, and you will listen to me. You will listen to me. Yeah, you will listen to me. This is a legal argument. This is a legal argument. You have to listen. This is a legal argument. You must listen. Mr. Speaker, I have invoked the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court to aid us. And this is in accordance with your own ruling, that these are matters that we need the courts to come in. Mr. Speaker, this process has been duly filed. I have the writ with me. Not only the writ, it's not a naked writ, it's not a lame writ, Mr. Speaker. I also have accompanying the writ a motion on notice for interlocutory injunction, which is also attached to it. The process, Mr. Speaker, has been duly served on Parliament, as I'm made to believe. I have also faithfully explained to you the processes before the Supreme Court of Ghana on this matter. Mr. Speaker, I have also submitted that there is a petition before you. And Mr. Speaker, the Haruna petition, if you look at it, it means that you are supposed to refer the petition to Petitions Committee. What they are doing, they just want a short circuit. And that is what Honorable Atu Forson is trying to do. Dr. Forson, this is law. This is not economics and taxation. You should know this. The lawyer has filed a petition, and you are using backdoor to create confusion. You want to mislead Mr. Speaker. That's what you want to do. That is what we want to do, Dr. Forson. That is what you want to do. The lawyer in Haruna has invoked the proper procedure. You just got up, you want to short circuit by saying order 93.1. Who told you it is order 93.1 that you have to use? He has used the proper procedure. Wait for Mr. Speaker to admit. And then upon admission, we proceed on the rule. Even so, the petition will be caught by the court process. Mr. Speaker, it cannot be. Mr. Speaker, they want to mislead you to truncate our democracy. Mr. Speaker, you've been part of this democracy since 1992. Mr. Speaker, through your experience, you got elected as Speaker of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, this is a moment for you to make history, to defend this democracy. Mr. Speaker, not to subject yourself to the whims and caprices of desperate minority leader. A desperate minority leader who does not want to follow procedure and law. Mr. Speaker, don't be tempted, Mr. Speaker. Don't be tempted. The law he relies on sits on stilts. I repeat, there's a proper petition. Let's wait for its admissibility. Because that has been done by a lawyer who knows the rules. Haruna is a respected lawyer. And we know that. Yes. This is a lawyer's rule. You know that. This is done by a lawyer. If it's issues about tax and economics, I will yield to Atu Forson. On this occasion, it's law. It's law. So let's go by the Haruna petition. That is the right procedure. But even so, that petition will be caught by the court process. You cannot proceed. You should know this. And you want to mislead, Mr. Speaker. My duty as a leader of government business, my duty as a majority leader, my duty as a majority leader is to guide, Mr. Speaker. I remain so. It will not change today. It will not change tomorrow. I am guiding Mr. Speaker. I don't want you to lead him into temptation. Mr. Speaker, don't be led into temptation. I rest my case without more.
Yes, Honorable, is that Dominic Aine?
The majority leader has waxed lyrical on the legal implications of the statement made by the minority leader, the honorable minority leader. Mr. Speaker, what the minority leader invited you to do was basically to adhere to precedent. Mr. Speaker, this House is governed by a number of legal instruments. The first is the Constitution of the Republic. The second is outstanding orders. And of course, decisions of the Superior Court of Judicature. Mr. Speaker, the matter that has been raised is legitimately one of public interest. Why? Because there is a constitutional provision that deals with the issues that the minority leader has raised. And that particular provision deals with the balance of power in this House. Into Parliament, and the reverse is also true, that when you come in as an independent and you then decide to join a political party, you shall vacate your seat. And the language, Mr. Speaker, once again, is mandatory. Now, the question is whether objectively the actions referred to by the minority leader have actually taken place. That these members elected into this House on the ticket of the two major political parties have suddenly decided that they are going independent. Now, the minority leader referred to 4 persons or 4 members of Parliament who have taken steps contrary to the Constitution. The majority leader in his delivery has not denied that that has happened. Objectively, within the public domain, Mr. Speaker, these persons have not denied that in the case of the second Deputy Speaker, that he has decided to join the New Patriotic Party, or let me say, rejoin the New Patriotic Party. Because he came into Parliament initially as a member of that party, when independent, was the subject matter of the ruling that the minority leader says you should, adhere to. Then, as an independent member, he decided to caucus with the minority. There is nothing constitutionally, with the majority, there's nothing constitutionally wrong with that. But then, vacate his seat. Now, Mr. Speaker, the Constitution does not provide a procedure by which you make a determination as to whether or not, or how the person vacates the seat. Okay? Now, the majority leader was at pains to emphasize that there is no petition before this House, or that there is a petition by the former minority leader, but that is not the subject matter of the statement being made by the current minority leader. Mr. Speaker, the constitutional provision is triggered merely on the basis of objective available facts relating to the actions taken by the member of Parliament. It is not as to whether another member of Parliament or a member of the public or the political party to which that person belongs has petitioned this House. That's not what the Constitution says. In fact, it behoves on the member, if that member does not want to violate the Constitution, in which case they will be charged for high treason under Article 3 of the Constitution. It behoves on that member not to step foot in this House. That member must vacate the seat as enjoined by the Constitution immediately. So there's no need for a petition. The fact that the New Patriotic Party, in its own desperation, in respect of the honorable member for Femina, sent a petition to your predecessor which was the basis of the eloquent ruling, which we are inviting you today to stand by. Mr. Speaker, you are not, by law, you are not bound by the ruling of your predecessor. But we are saying that what the Right Honorable Aaron Michael Okwe, Professor of Political Science, that ruling, that erudite ruling that he delivered, we are saying that, Mr. Speaker, you should stay by this ruling. Mr. Speaker, the only difference in terms of the presidential value, Mr. Speaker, I need to be protected from the heckling by the majority leader. This is not fair. When he was speaking, he was waxing lyrical about the fact that this is law. I'm not teaching him law. He should listen to me. He should listen to me. Mr. Speaker.
Sit down and listen to the professor.
Mr. Speaker.
What is that?
So, Mr. Speaker. No, I respect leadership.
No. Sit down. Afenyo, keep quiet and listen.
Mr. Speaker, we will not be interrupted. We will not be interrupted.
Sit down. You can't be listening.
What's that?
No.
Honorable members, please resume your seats. Resume your seats. Resume your seats. Please. Both members, please resume your seats.
Abusanfo we di ankase asoma ye hu niam ahodo e course wa chese e ya Afenyo Markins ne nya brigidi because sisi ni jagu ni jem oye less mistake anis ono no betene e minority na ato force adane majority a chese sabri e jagu di jem papa e here na drisu a chese no e former minority leader no and a champion distance even though no more fee na settings in mass not so champion this a year petition a chese go to speaker bambi and e can say Nema say na ekona say na constitution can because the same constitution and these people need the benefit. The same constitution and govern Ghana. And these people are talking as if say their constitution, that is NPP constitution. Laws govern that party and they are talking as if say that law no as same Ghana constitution. But I was make say their party law no if we Ghana constitution need a buy. Ghana constitution abroad is bigger than any political party constitution. And no more go to more party ni some article. Now also no, I was say a crisis. Our case will be that former Speaker of Parliament Michael Kwe a disaster will be that no declare former MP as that at that time no NPP MP. Na sa honorable no say on join party ni bi. A person call for independent at that time. During that time, the BC, I don't know NBC and Pinichi me at a year Afenyo Markins sorry and the during that time, a year Michael Kwe it declared the seat in the vacancy on coffee. Non funny independent and got in a fee. Now see a 2 banners stone to the independent in the winia, no aba. And year Michael Kwe and a share Simon or changing a transform coffee. Michael Kwe you see the constitution, that same constitution and society. Yenya amendment won the same constitution and a parliament and a Ghana edas use. So the same constitution adeni bia says no. Most use the same constitution being going to different constitution. Eba saying then even NDC compono a year Omo MP baako as we speak no so call for independent on pen DCB. It is amran so ye den ebeka no but ono ye nipa baako pe. Di nti a NPP fo ani abre ne say NPP for nipa 3 and as amran no ye den ebeka mo. And we all know say parliament on mu ache 137. This is nipa 3 free NPP for no akwa ebeka sen. Nipa baako free NDC for mu akwa ebeka sen. See where NDC for the doors as NPP for more in government. So automatically numbers near them. And you say you are in government in now you're majority leader there be. we use the numbers game no happen pay automatically Afenyo man can be minority now to force another majority and who case now batches a to a Afenyo man can tell such in any agree or bobo matches a speaker among meaning in our Montanas I just one more Martinez saying you know because I did not be so I don't who they could be a man could be a 100%